Alright, so what we have found out so far is they have located a rifle. It's 30-06. That's roughly, I'm pretty sure in at least one of the videos I've made so far, I said 308, 30-06, something like that. It's like I said, I've done a good bit of shooting and, looking at the damages on animals that I have shot in the past, primarily pigs, with 30 caliber rifles, is what we've seen. Now, I'm going to just read this because I cannot find it yet, except on X, and I don't know how to log in on that. Approximately 12:24 p.m., conservative political influencer Charlie Kirk was shot and killed in Utah. Bless his heart, sorry. Utah Valley University in OEM UT. Mr. Kirk was speaking at the university as part of an American comeback tour. Multiple SLC and agents responded immediately. The suspect fired one shot in an elevated position on a rooftop in an adjacent building on the campus, and surveillance video shows that the suspect jumping off and fleeing into an area on foot. The ATF and other law enforcement located an older model imported Mauser 30-06 caliber bolt-action rifle wrapped in a towel in a wooded area near the campus. The location of the firearm appears to match the suspect's route of travel. The suspect's cartridge was still chambered. In addition, 3 unspent rounds in the top-fed magazine. All cartridges have engraved wording on them exposing a transgender and anti-fascist ideology. An emergency trace has been submitted, and the ATF SLC is working leads generated by the trace. The firearm and ammunition have been taken to the FBI for DNA analysis and fingerprint impressions. Upon completion of the forensics, the firearm will be disassembled for additional important information. Multiple people of interest have been contacted or detained because of eyewitness testimony and review of video footage. The primary suspect is yet to be identified. ATF is assisting in the investigation with multiple federal and state and local agencies. So, now looky here. So we got 30-06 imported Mauser. So let's look up something. It's a bolt-action rifle linked to the shooting of conservative commentator Charlie Kirk has been recovered by law enforcement. The rifle was found wrapped in a towel in a wooded area in the university where the incident occurred. The spent cartridge was still chambered, and the rifle and ammunition have been taken for DNA analysis and fingerprint impressions. The spent cartridges bore engravings expressing transgender and anti-fascist ideologies, which has raised concerns about the shooter's intent. So now wait. If we go to images, okay, this is roughly what I was thinking about in my head. I've seen many of these. I've shot a couple of these in my time, okay? Not much, but I have shot a couple of these. My friend Bill, he lives out in the woods type deal. He has one of these. We were putting tannerite on top of a hot water tank, and we were going to blow that up. And, well, his was, now to be fair, his was iron-sighted. We don't know if there's any optics on this firearm yet, but let me tell ya, at man, it's probably 150 yards that we were standing away from that thing just so we didn't, die. Um, it was a rough shot. It took us a good bit of shots. Now, also with that, we were all a little bit inebriated. Okay. Call me the devil or whatever. Cool. This sighting system, that's the scopes, but he had a back aperture back here that was a ring, and all the way at the front there was a post. Let me see if I can find one. I mean, this one, yeah, there was a little aperture up here and a post up here. So that's pretty similar to what we were shooting. Okay. This gun is heavy. And like I said before, there's probably going to be a sling on it if he carried it away with him. Now we're going to go imported Mauser 30-06 accuracy MOA. Oh, I need to go to all. It's based on several factors, including specific rifle model and quality of ammunition used. Many users report sub-MOA accuracy with the Mauser 30, especially when using high-quality components, and appropriate powder loads. Okay, so a lot of things that I'm reading right now. We'll shoot MOA. That's a minute of angle. I assume that's one MOA. MOUSER 30-06 accuracy at 100 yards. The accuracy, right. 100 yards 0 to ensure the bullet is approximately 1.5 inches high. I'm just trying to see, hey, is it a 1 MOA gun? 1 inch groups. Reliably shoot, so it's a 1 MOA gun. 100 yards is going to be shooting at least 4 to 6 inch groups at 100 yards, right? So 1.25 MOA is what you can get out of this rifle, prospectively, which is fair. So that means 200 yards, 2 inches of, now that's in a circle. So on this dot in the center, you can go 2 inches up here, 2 inches over here. Or yeah, it's like an inch all the way around the circle. I mean, 1 inch all the way around that circle is where you can pinpoint that. So essentially, him aiming at the neck for that little tiny sliver of an artery, I don't think so. I really don't think so. And what did I say on my last video? We're going to be looking for a normal gun, average, in a 30 cal. So, what type of optic is on this Mauser? That's what I want to know. Because if he had clear glass, real clear glass, and it just doesn't make any sense to me, man. Now, hear me out on this. Where's your vocal cords at? Maybe, just maybe, this person was like, I want to shoot him in the neck so he can never speak again. Not intending to kill. Because if you're getting 1 inch, or what I read down here somewhere, 1 inch MOA, shooting him in the neck, wind, everything else brings you over here. Does that make sense? You know what I mean? Or, like I said, anticipating recoil, broke the shot a little bit, pulled it. Is that fair to say? I don't know. But at least we came out, they told us that it's, what's up with this whole thing? Like, okay, let's look up something else. I just thought of something. What does that say? Huh? What was used to shoot Martin Luther King? A 30-06. .5 times 52. I'm not familiar with that round. I don't really know any type of anything about that round. Okay, so let's go back. .45 caliber pistol. Yeah, that is right. That one was up close. Okay, yeah. So 30-06. Yeah. As long as the diameter matches the scope. So you could put anything you want on there. You could put as long. And another thing is when you got your tubes in the middle, which are a standard size, like 30 millimeters or whatever. But then once the scope goes forward a little bit more after that second ring, it opens up. You know what I mean? It gets fatter. So you also have to have rings that'll sit high enough for you to have a bigger, so you could have a bigger glass tube on the end of it, or whatever it's called. So essentially, you can put a decent scope on that thing. I know with iron sights, It has to have an optic. It has to have an optic. If it does not have an optic, you are talking about somebody that's good. Now to hit a 16-inch silhouette at 200 yards isn't much. It's not. Maybe the guy just got lucky. Maybe there's no optic on it. He just pulled a shot and was like, hey. It was effective. He seen him go down, he started running. Maybe he got lucky. It's not too terribly hard to hit, a normal silhouette at 200 yards iron sight. But to get it right in the jugular, that's what just doesn't... Like, if it was center mass, cool, whatever. He could have used whatever, you know what I mean? But right in the neck, it just... That's what's throwing me off. Maybe he just got lucky. I don't know. I'll make another video if I find anything else out. Thank you for watching.